Hi, and welcome to the Cult TV Sofa. This is a reaction video for the 5th episode of Season 2 of Stargate SG1 called Need. Don't forget you can see the full version of this reaction on my Patreon channel. Check out the link in the description below. Last time we saw the team visit a seemingly unpopulated idyllic planet, but they then found some people in some unknown machine alcoves. Whilst investigating, they then got dragged into some of the empty alcoves themselves. The team were then forced to relive traumatic memories from their past, but they were able to change the outcomes, but the end always seemed to turn out the same. They discovered that they were all mentally connected, and the planet's inhabitants were all watching the memories and getting enjoyment from it. It was being run by an individual called the Gamekeeper. The Gamekeeper was lying to the rest of his people, though. He made them believe that their planet was still uninhabitable from the problems that had caused them to go into the alcoves in the first place. SG1 managed to escape from their mental prison and helped the rest of the people to leave as well, much to the annoyance of the Gamekeeper. And Tilk had hair! I need to find out who his supplier is. So let's see what happens in this episode. I'm going to put any relevant trivia that I find over here, and at the end of the reaction I'll be discussing what happened and my thoughts about it. And I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1.
What's in the fancy box?
Yeah, they're gold.
It's Nakoda.
That's the metal that they used to enhance the nuclear bombs. So that's a gold ship.
Look.
So is this like a planet that they're forcing people to mine that metal? Is she a gold? Probably not. She's walked off on her own.
She's gonna jump.
Oh, she is. They apparently lost 3 actresses filming that scene because he didn't get there in time, so 2 of them just went straight over. Third one hung on for a bit, but she went as well. So here's for the 4th one.
Stay away from the princess.
Princess? Yeah, why aren't they backing them up?
Turn up.
They're a bit slow to back him up, though. The guards said step away from the princess, so they were protecting her. But they're the guards who protect the Goa'uld. So yeah, I'm a bit confused. When Daniel saved her, though, and then those 2 guards turned up, they were a bit slow to react to defend Daniel.
My father, Pyrus the Godslayer and ruler of this planet, wishes to know who you are.
Pyrus the Godslayer? Well, that implies that he's killed one of the Goa'uld and he's taken over the ship. So it's not really a ship anymore, it's been used more as a base. Obviously it is a ship, but I'm assuming they don't fly anywhere, they just use it like a castle, effectively. But then where are they sending that metal? Oh, not sure. And why are the guards on his side? I would have thought they'd have killed him.
You attacked my daughter. No. Tell him.
That's nice of her. I understand, obviously, if she was trying to kill herself, he doesn't want to admit it. She doesn't want to admit it.
We're from a planet.
If he's the
On
god
Earth.
killer, he's quite an old gentleman. I would assume he did it years ago, and he's been in power ever since, would be my guess.
You would tell me the truth or you would die. Put them in the mine.
Father.
Why didn't they explain? I suppose they don't know who he is. They don't want to give away information.
He isn't a Goa'uld. I don't think these are real Jaffa either.
How do you know?
Ah.
The first clue was his voice.
Well, yeah, but I've said and we've seen the voice doesn't seem to mean anything. You can put it on or not put it on, so I'm assuming she's thinking that if he was acting all powerful and talking down to them, he would have put on the voice, but it's not an indication. I've now realised that they're a ghoul or not. So she's saying that the Jafar aren't Jafar. So maybe they did rebel against the Goa'uld. He killed the Goa'uld and sort of become king or dictator or leader. I'm not sure yet. And they've also then killed all the soldiers, and his guard are just wearing their uniforms. Seems to fit.
Sir, I think it has something to do with the Goa'uld that invaded me. Lately, I get this weird feeling when I'm near Teal'c.
Hey, who doesn't?
The
ruler here is not a Goa'uld.
Surely that implies something still inside her. Because a human wouldn't be able to pick up that. So she must be different. Well, they might not be Goa'ulds, but they're still pretty much slave drivers. So who are the other people working?
Oh, much better, thanks.
He's going to hit you. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, wow.
Go, let's go! This way.
Where's Daniel?
Let's go, Daniel! I'm coming!
Well, yeah, that's a bit silly leaving him behind.
He's alive!
Made a bit of a hash of that. They made a bit of a mess of it from the beginning. Oh, is that sarcophagus? So they healed him. Well, in that case, why would her father go? Surely he can just keep using the sarcophagus to regenerate himself. He could live forever, I think. Why are there no guards there?
I've taken personal responsibility for you. It would also be rude of you to try and hurt me in any way. Oh, you want your glass circle? I'm afraid they were broken.
Wouldn't the sarcophagus heal his eyesight?
I just know I've done the right thing.
If I were her father, I wouldn't have left her alone with him after she thinks he's a bad guy. You'd have guards there. Oh, kids. Ooh, that looked dirty water.
I've had worse.
Huh.
Surely you've never seen anything quite so beautiful. We call them trees.
Ah! So do we.
Then you've seen them before.
Wow, the special effects budget must be huge for this to get those, what did she call them, trees in the scene like that.
My father still believes that you and your friends have a nefarious purpose here.
But you don't.
Just because he saved you doesn't mean they haven't got nefarious purposes.
I'm very grateful to you that you saved my life and that you want to help me free my friends, but I'm sensing that you did it because you're,
Because you're my destiny. She used to tell me how a great man would come from beyond the sun.
I think it was just a tale rather than predicting the future.
At exactly the right moment you were there to save me, Daniel Jackson.
Hard to knock her logic.
Hi, guys.
Surprisingly difficult to kill you, isn't it?
Yeah, he's had a hard day looking at trees.
Long story short, they have a sarcophagus. The princess put me in it and saved my life because she has a crush on me. Pyrus hasn't exactly agreed to let you go yet, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to gain his trust.
Unfair.
And I will talk to Pyrus tonight at dinner.
You get dinner?
Some feast in my honor.
Oh, don't say that.
There's a feast, is there?
Could have downplayed it.
I need more time.
Yeah, take your time, they're not going anywhere.
Glad you're okay.
It's gruel night tonight. As is every night, so they're fine.
My father is pleased that you were so honored to dine in the company of his greatness.
I don't think he is.
If you are lucky, he will tell you the story of how he became the Godslayer.
That would be interesting.
I kill the Gaul who ruled here.
And that's it.
And how long ago was that?
700 years.
So he has been using the sarcophagus.
I had no idea it could sustain human life so long. I mean,
I did.
I have not needed it to extend my life. They worship him because he liberated them from the evil god.
then why does he still keep them working in the mine?
Yeah.
So the other distant evil gods won't come.
You're sending Nakwita through the Stargate because that's what the Gould used to do. Well, no wonder you're so paranoid about strangers. I mean, you're afraid of being found out.
So he killed the Gould. The Gould came, enslaved them, made them work the mines. He killed the Gould, and I assume they rose up against the other soldiers. He's taken the place of the Gould, but he's still making everyone work the mines to send Nakwita back through the gate so that no one knows anything's wrong. For 700 years, no one's come there. I suppose if they're sending it back as regular clockwork, then there's no need. But they just replaced one bad ruler for another. He probably isn't as brutal, although his guards seem fairly, well, not nice. Yeah, that's a bit weird. But he is getting ill now, so he's been living for over 700 years, but maybe it's reaching the limit now.
This is unacceptable. I can't be up here like this while they're down there.
Should I not have done that?
No, it's okay. It's just,
I'm married,
You will feel better than you have ever felt. Trust me.
but still not fixing his eyesight. It's kind of like he doesn't need to go in there. Why is she getting him to go in there? I would put a mattress in there, make it a bit more comfortable. Couple of pillows, disco ball. Yeah, make it, nice place to go into. Boom, catch his nose.
No travelers en route, but we are receiving another radio transmission.
Oh, who's this from?
Need more time to resolve situation diplomatically. Next transmission in 24 hours, Daniel Jackson out.
How have they sent that?
What the hell's going on?
It's been days since we heard from you.
He's not wearing his glasses now.
I've taken the opportunity to do a little research on the sarcophagus. It's amazing what it does to you if you use it when you're already healthy.
It's changing him.
Well, is that such a good idea?
No. He even looks different.
I've used it before without any side effects. And look! Oh. No glasses.
Oh, it has cured his eyesight. So, if you go into it when you're injured, I assume it kind of focuses and heals the injury. That's the priority. It must target on a priority basis if you put it in the sarcophagus. But because he was put into it when he was effectively whole, it's fixing other things. So problems with his eyesight. Now it's started to repair that, which is good. I wonder if that'll keep and stay in the future. Is that a permanent fix? Okay, that makes sense. Wonder how it heals.
How many times have you used it?
Yeah, is he addicted?
10. I mean, I feel like I could do anything.
One thing. You only have to do one thing.
Get them out.
If you can't handle that, we're gonna break out of here without you.
I think you kind of need to. I mean, it's changing him.
I have got everything under control, okay?
Yeah, I don't think so.
All you guys have to do is hang in there.
Kind of think he's acting a bit like a Goa'uld, his mannerisms and the way he's quite aggressive. I'm wondering if the sarcophagus use contributes to the way the Goa'uld are. Is it not just them as a species wanting to take over? Does the sarcophagus do something to them and it's affected them, made them like that? Don't know. Obviously, this is him as a human. It's not affecting him as a Goa'uld, so it might be different on a Goa'uld.
How is he?
The sarcophagus does not make him better the way it used to.
I can help make it much easier to mine the Naquita, and we can defend you against the Goa'uld if you trust me.
Even after I used your friends to keep you close to me.
Yeah, they would at this stage.
And then you will stay. Even after they are free.
I've never felt better anywhere in my life.
It's affecting his actual mind and personality. I don't think it's as simple as an addiction. It's actually changing him.
Hey.
We don't use the sarcophagus. I kept seeing the memory of Jolinar. The Resistance, the Tok'ra, they don't use the sarcophagus.
Was I right?
It does bad things to you. It changes your mind. It takes something from you.
Right. That makes sense.
Sir, we have to stop Daniel.
So, looks like I was right. So I can't remember the name, the good Goa'uld don't use the sarcophagus because it changes you and it affects you. So the normal Goa'uld who use it, it makes them or contributes to them being. Again, we know how it affects humans. Does it affect the actual Goa'uld the same way? Because that's the important part, not the human side. But that kind of implies, not necessarily, because I don't know how the good Goa'uld, I need to remember the name, interact with the host. I don't know. I suppose if the host goes bad, that's bad. But yeah, it does. The sarcophagus is a contributing factor to the way the Goa'uld are, which makes sense now seeing this. Yeah, she's got must have a lot of memories and stuff inside her from when she had that good Goa'uld inside her. This is another moment I think they would have her in a facility and they would be examining her and interrogating her because she's got all that knowledge inside her.
Hi, Jack.
I am assuming if he leaves and doesn't use the sarcophagus again, he'll get better.
We're losing the battle down there, you know.
So's he, I think.
Says if you keep using that sarcophagus, you're going dark side on us.
I like the analogy.
Well, don't worry a bit. We're getting out of here tomorrow.
Use the Force, Daniel.
I agreed to marry her.
Yeah, he said we're going, so he's not planning on sticking around.
I said I had to go home and straighten a few things out first, and you guys are coming with me.
She wouldn't do that. She wouldn't trust him.
She trusts you.
No, not to come back.
Loves me.
I like the way he's acting. He really is acting different.
I must let Daniel go.
She is.
He will come back to me. He can't live without me anymore.
No, he can't live without the sarcophagus. Oh, there is a mattress in there. I feel like I've written this episode. Oh, maybe not. It looked like a mattress, but it's not. It looks hard. His feet didn't sort of sink in or anything. Fit together just right. I thought there was going to be a gap, but actually when it closed, it just fitted perfectly.
I extend the sincerest of apologies for the hardship done to you, and offer the friendship of our world.
Well, thanks.
You will always be welcome here, and will be treated with the utmost respect.
I think I believe her. They have been through an awful lot, but it might pay off in the long run. There's still quite a lot of the episode to go. It's not this simple. I don't understand what's going to go wrong.
I'll be back. Soon.
Well, he's kind of got to. I mean, they just said that they've now got like a maybe not an alliance, but certainly a friendship. If he doesn't go back, that's blown out the water. They lose that resource. Obviously, they're not going to let him go back to marry her just to keep that resource. They wouldn't do that. But yeah, all very messy now. I don't quite understand what's going to happen with Daniel, because he's going to go back to Earth. I'm assuming it's some kind of addiction. He's going to want to go back. He is going to want to go back to the planet, but for the sarcophagus. Don't know. Surprised he left.
Carter picked up some naquita. Kilk made some new friends as usual.
This is stupid.
No, it's not.
God, I need to get out of here. I'm gonna go nuts.
It's like he's got an addiction.
You have a wife.
Had
Ooh.
a wife.
Him saying that alone's a warning flag.
The effects of the sarcophagus are like a narcotic, Daniel.
Yeah, that makes you smarter, stronger. You live for hundreds of years, feel great. What the hell is so wrong with it?
I think it's partly to make the Guao
Look in the
as bad
mirror.
as they are.
Yes! And again, it makes sense. From what's happened, the explanations.
Maybe its healing effects alter your brain chemistry.
Yeah?
You only used it a few times and already it's changed you.
That's more than a few. He said 10 or 11 just in a few days. And that was then. And this is days later, so...
She used us to get you addicted.
Surely he'd be sent to a medical bay and more than for observation, because it's an addiction. He needs to come down off it all and wean himself off it, basically, with some guards around him. I don't say lock him up or anything, but he needs to be in a... I just said I wouldn't say lock him up, but I'm about to say put him in a secure location. But he could be in a ward with some guards there and just making sure he doesn't go anywhere, but he's got some some freedoms. He just needs to get better. They wouldn't just let him wander around like this for his own sake. This is not healthy for him.
What are you saying, Captain?
Sir, I think he needs to be confined.
Yeah.
Daniel,
Dr. Jackson?
he's unconscious.
Are they going to have to take him back and put him in the sarcophagus?
I mean, the most I can do is try and treat the symptoms, but bottom line, he seems to be going through some kind of massive physical withdrawal.
What? So his body's so dependent upon it now, it's actually body's shutting down without it.
Like all of his cells have just lost the ability to function properly.
Because they rely on the sarcophagus. It seems odd that such a short amount of time it's had that effect.
The memories that Jolinar left in my mind, they told me that the sarcophagus will take away everything Daniel is.
I was going to say, can I put him in the sarcophagus not as frequently, sort of wean him off, but I think every time they put him in there, it's going to make things worse. Oh, I don't know, keeping him out with all the systems failing like this, it's not good. So they have a lot of changing him up. I didn't think they needed to go that far if they'd confined him from the start. Obviously, they do now, by the looks of it. I thought it'd be better to drug him and keep him unconscious.
I think maybe the worst is over. His blood work's encouraging.
Let his body heal while he's asleep.
Time for another dose of sedative.
You going to escape?
Stand down!
Oh, he's a rubbish guard. Whoa, whoa! I thought his levels had come down.
I'm okay. Go.
Surprised they weren't. I mean, he had a gun, a firearm, but I'm surprised he didn't have like a stun gun or a dart of some kind, a dart gun that could knock him out rather than lethal force. Although, if his system's that heightened, a knockout dart of some kind might not have worked.
There'll be guards here in 30 seconds.
That's quite a long time for a base like that. Why did he just shut the door and lock him in there, or at least confine him in there? Looks like there's no way out, it's a storeroom.
What are you gonna do, Daniel? You wanna kill me?
No. That's a base thing that'll stop him from firing, because I don't think he would kill him. Oh, glasses back on.
There are thousands of innocent human beings there who we could free from slavery.
Shyla cannot free her people without putting their world at great risk.
They can help.
The last time you were captured and enslaved in that mine.
But they've got a friendship now.
I need to take the chance.
Don't know how much time's passed. I don't know how I'd feel about sending him back, but he is the only person who could do this.
We can back him up, sir.
Thing is, as soon as they go to the gates, what if they're captured again and she puts him in the sarcophagus?
I did not believe you would ever return.
I'm surprised they've let him go in there on his own.
I'm sorry about your father.
The sarcophagus could not help him anymore.
It wasn't really helping him before, only prolonging his life.
You never did love me, did you?
I wouldn't be here if I didn't care.
Good way of putting it.
And you may still be able to lead them without turning into what your father became.
How?
Don't use a sarcophagus for one thing.
You can't use this anymore. It's gonna be bad. But you don't have to do this alone.
I mean, yeah, if they can get a good relationship with this place, that's quite a powerful ally. A lot of their resources. She can just shoot it. She did that fairly quick. Okay, it was an alright episode. A few weird things about it, but I do like the fact that using the sarcophagus is like a drug, and its use changes you, and it fits very nicely into who and what the Goa'uld are. It does, although say we've seen the effect it has on humans. Does it have the same effect on the Goa'uld stake itself? Does it affect them in the same way and make them aggressive in the way they are? Let's say it fits nicely. I like it, and then it also makes sense that the good Goa'uld, I'll look them up again and I'm trying to remember the name, don't use it, which again adds credence to the fact that it is the sarcophagus that makes the normal bad Goa'uld the way they are. That's interesting. I don't understand why he's now got his glasses back on. That also now implies that it fixed his eyes temporarily. And then when he came out of the sarcophagus and didn't use it, it wore off. That doesn't make sense. I would have thought anything it would cure and heal would be permanently cured and healed. Else, surely wounds would be reopening and things. That doesn't make sense to me, that bit, I have to admit. Yeah, no, interesting. I like that little bit of lore now that explains some things, that fits into the history of the Goa'uld. Like that, and it makes sense as well. Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, let me know what you thought about this one in the comments below, and I shall see you for the next one. Be seeing you.